In the last hour, Iran has announced it is militarizing the Straits of Hormuz. It has moved weapons and weapons delivery systems to the coast, to the mouth of the Straits. It looks like they think that Donald Trump is going to attack them. Scott Ritter makes the point in a very long contribution he's just posted, that strike, if it happens, will have to be a nuclear one, albeit, and he names the systems, low-yield nuclear weapons. Very reassuring where you're sitting right now. Do you think any of this is going to happen, and what the consequences will be if it does?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to read Scott's piece, and yeah, that's the Persian Gulf in the balcony behind me. So listening to your monologue, as millions do by the numbers of moats these days, I'm presumably not in a safe place. But I got to say, and actually just before hitting on this point about where I am, Dubai, I should just say on Gaza, because that is where the minds of people in this region are. With you gave out the numbers. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz said the largest number of children killed in as short an amount of time as possible. I should just say, before I get onto the threat here in this region, that all your trade unions in Britain, trade unions that you and I actually have marched against with on banners, ASLEF, CWU, the FPU, GMB, all these big trade unions in Britain that are affiliated. Unite, is that still affiliated? USDOR, Shop Workers Union in Britain?
Yeah.
They're all complicit in genocide because they are the ones who are taking the funds from the poorest workers who pay into a union to represent them. And those unions are paying in to a British Labour Party that is absolutely complicit. We know from the valuable work at Declassified, the way that there are more British RAF planes, reconnaissance planes over Gaza than there are Israelis. All those trade unions had better disaffiliate quickly, and I'm sure you'd want them to affiliate with the Workers' Party of Great Britain because, it's in this region, it's affected. The idea that so many are being killed this week, and in fact, and this relates to your question, there was a meeting just this week between UAE and Iranian foreign ministers. I know the UAE has a base, an American base here in this country up the road in Abu Dhabi. And it says, I mean, this was the readout, that both are very concerned over the fatal Israeli strikes and the strikes on Yemen. The UAE has a position where it is always trying to balance both powers, all the different powers, off of each other. I think the UAE thinks of itself as placing itself now between Iran and the United States in a sense. I mean, I spoke to Sheikh Mohammed himself about 25 years ago, the ruler of Dubai, who said about previous U.S. administrations, they just wanted peace. The UAE wants peace and commerce here. But the latest is Anwar Gagash, the presidential advisor in the UAE, diplomatic advisor to MBZ in Abu Dhabi. From a glass half full perspective, we can see that the areas of cooperation are way bigger than the areas of disagreement with Iran. So where does that place Trump, who loves the UAE, of course, loves these GCC countries, loves Saudi Arabia? I don't know why he loves them so much. It puts him in a very strange position. I mean, on Monday's Going Underground, we talked to an ally of some of these MAGA-type people, and he says there's no way Trump wants a war with Iran. But then we come back, as we do with Gaza, to the role of Miriam Adelson, the Maccabees project, which is now stopping the First Amendment at university campuses. Israel, of course, has a huge deal of power, the Israel lobby. These are Israeli. Miriam Adelson's NGOs are changing American policy. They're a foreign agent changing American policy. But Trump doesn't want a war with Iran because he knows, so I am told, that he knows that whatever he does in the world, whether it be peace in Europe, stopping nuclear war, the biggest issue of our time, it'll be overshadowed by any war with Iran.